studio. Yes, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Bootcast podcast. If you are here, we are live. I think we're live on YouTube. I think I see it. Matt
We're
is my
live.
co-host, as always. Matt, you see it? Let me turn down my iPad. Make sure we're not double. Yes, guys.
Oh, I just pulled it up
Okay.
myself.
See, there you go, Matt. All right, cool. So we're live. All right, Matt. I always ask you this every week. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I finally got to go out and play some footy today. It was fantastic. I felt
Very
like a new
nice.
man.
I was gonna
How
say the
about
winter
yourself?
storm.
The winter
Dude,
storm. They
I
shoveled. It was good.
That's great. No, I'm doing great. Like in Texas, it's a solid 75. It feels
Dude,
like California. It's been perfect. It's sunny in the daytime. The sun goes down. It gets a little chilly, but nothing unbearable. Oh, we got proper boots in the chat, and we also have
we got
Riggs.
Riggs
What is
kicks.
up,
Let's
my
go.
dudes?
What
What
is
is
up?
up? Welcome. All right, so we're just gonna kind of hit the ground running today, Matt.
Let's run.
Let's start off with. I want to start off with our main topic. We were just talking about it off stream. We're going to talk about it. Chat, if you're here, let us know. Oh, hey, Zeus is here. What's up, man? Okay, so I want to talk about the disaster that is the Nike Mercurial Vinnie Jr. release. Okay, so I don't know if
Hmm.
you guys have seen it. If you have, Matt was pulling up some photos. He can maybe pull them back up on his phone and kind of show it.
Yeah, I
But
could try to pull it up.
it kind of to break it down, last night I was on TikTok and I saw a reseller. He goes by Windy City Boots. He had the Vinnie Jr. So they're pink. They have like this silver coating on top, some blue accents, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So he was showing with the grip knit pattern on the Mercs, where it's like this silver leaf kind of effect. Yeah. So that looks terrible
Let
on
it.
my screen. There it goes.
There it
Okay, yeah,
goes.
so you can see the silver and you can see the pink under. Now, the big issue that's happened is the silver is something's going wrong with it and it's not working well with the grip knit and it's just falling off like instantly. Like it's not sticking to the boot. And so Windy City was kind of showing these and he was like, yo, guys, like, don't buy these. And then people are like, oh, no, that's because your pairs are fake, yada, yada. Well, now all the other retailers. So I've
Jesus.
seen Soccer Village on Instagram, Soccer OKC. All these people had pictures of it, and like, imagine like if this was their Merc, right? And you see like this white line, if like half of this was just like broken off or like shitty
Yep.
lines like that, it's literally flaking off the boot, right? And so I kind of want to get your thoughts, Matt, on literally what a disaster this is because last I heard was they will have the academy level boots and the pro level, but as far as I have been told, the elite level model is not coming out. Like they pulled a Superfly one, like, hey, pull this off. We're not selling this. What do you think?
Yeah, this is crazy. I actually didn't know about this until Justin told me right before this. So you're getting my live reaction. This is wild. This is like the chrome sole plate times 10. Because it's like
Yeah.
one thing for a sole plate, which a lot of us expect now to peel off after a few uses. It's another thing for the entire like
In the
colorway
box.
of the upper to peel off before anyone wears the boot. Like that's just from like holding the boot, I'm guessing, or like putting it
Yeah.
into the box and like just general like touching of
Yeah.
the
I
product.
don't I don't know how this is past quality control. Like
No,
how?
I don't know how people are like, yeah, whatever, it'll work. Like that's insane. And it even looks like I know, the grip knit is probably hard to put stuff on. Like I don't know who had the bright idea of like, yeah, you know what, let's put silver on the grip knit.
Yeah.
Like that's just
Yeah.
yeah, there's a reason they don't do like a lot of colorways or a lot of like overlays on top of the grip knit already. But then you're like, nah, this one's gonna work. We're gonna do chrome on the grip knit. No, it's just like that's a terrible idea. So I
Yeah.
just think this boot was destined to fail based
Yeah.
on everything that we've now seen.
I think they tried to pull like the CR7 Gala Superfly 4s or and then later the silverware. You remember like where they just like dumped a
Yeah.
whole bunch of silver on it and then even the rare golds. But like, yeah, something with how this is executed is mind-bogglingly, and I've got to just use this word. It's stupid.
It's dumb.
Like this is just bad.
Yeah.
This is bad.
And it's kind of crazy because just like an easy fix for this is like just give it a chrome silver sole plate and then
Or
have the
just
rest
make it
boot
a
just
silver boot.
be pink or just make it a silver boot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like Yeah, I don't know. I've seen these pictures. I literally have just seen most of them, and every single boot looks completely different because the wear
Hmm.
pattern is completely different.
Yeah.
Um, you could tell that like the newer ones, it like went naturally around the Nike swoosh, and then some of them it's like not even around the swoosh anymore at all.
Hmm.
Some
Hmm.
have it on the alpha knit part of the Mercs, and then some don't even have it on that anymore. It's like Jesus, like you can't tell where it's supposed to be versus where it isn't anymore at this point.
Yeah.
Like it was so bad that I actually thought that was part of the design. Like Justin had to
Yeah.
tell me, and I'm like, "That's not how it's supposed to look." He's like, "No," and I'm like, "Oh
Yeah.
shit, okay."
No, it's worn out. Well, it reminds me too of like when you see it, like because I told you Soccer Village had a really good like shot down.
Yeah,
It
that was a good
reminds me
shot.
of. Do you remember the 2015 Addy Zero? How it had like the weird ghost
Yeah,
splotches?
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
that's what I thought of, and I was like, oh. And then I looked at it, I'm like, that's not supposed to be like that. Like
Yeah,
this is
see,
wrong.
that's why I thought it was supposed to be like that. 'Cause I'm like, "Oh, that I've seen that before. That looks
Yeah. Yeah,
familiar."
that was
But no.
purposeful. This is
Yeah,
and
this
this is not
was
like a happy accident, like, "Oh, hey, we did something and we didn't know it was gonna do that," but, again, if I was spending I'm sure they'll probably be about $305, let's be honest,
yep.
and I got it and it looked like that, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I'd be
I'm,
pissed.
like, royally pissed. So, yeah, let's see. Okay, proper boots. Rig says, "It's mind-blowing that something like this gets through to production," which we, went over,
Yeah.
and then even proper boots. He said it's always Nike. First they had the crazy heels on the Vapor Regions, now this, and this is the last thing Vinny needs. Agreed. He's not
That
having the best
is
season,
true.
and now he's having a disaster with his boots. So I'll be curious to
Yeah.
see if maybe we get a version 2 of this or whatever, or somehow this gets fixed. But I just feel like this is gonna be end up in a landfill somewhere, or some random reseller is gonna all of a sudden have these
Have all of
half
them.
half
Yeah.
worn out looking Vinny Jr. pairs here in a week or two.
They'll all be at Ross in like 2 weeks.
Yes. Yes, of course. Okay, so let's keep moving on. Now, Matt, you got to get out. You got to play some footy.
Yes, I did.
And I
Yes,
think
I
you got to wear
did.
your new boots.
I did. I did. I got to finally wear the Tiempo Maestros out today.
Very nice.
Just a quick little training session with some dribbling, some passing, some free kicks. Um I do have, just like a little bit of an opinion about them so far. But they are breaking in nice. I will say the midfoot. The midfoot
Mhm.
does take a little bit of time to break in. I got a little bit of cramping. It is just very snug. If you've tried this boot on, you probably expected that though going into it,
Okay.
especially if you have like medium to wide foot. My foot's relatively, average, medium width, and for the first like 20 minutes, I was kind of feeling a little cramped with these, but after 20 minutes, they started to loosen up and I stopped thinking about it, which was great. But just know going into it, you might have some cramping. It might be a little bit too snug at first. Just don't overtie them. And just take it easy for the first 20 minutes. Same with the heel. The heel fit felt snug, but it also felt a little bit shallow at first, which I know a lot of people have said already that the heel
Okay.
just like felt like
Like,
kind
are
of
we talking like
how
Puma King shallow? Like the past versions of the Puma King?
it's weird. It's like if you've had this boot in hand or at least like had it on your feet, the padding kind of hits. I'm trying to like it kind of hits right in the middle of your heel, not
Okay.
like underneath. There's not like a nice cup to it. So for the first like 20 minutes, you feel just this padding part and you're not feeling your heel kind of like sit farther into the heel of the boot.
Okay.
So I think that's the sensation most people are feeling. It's like your foot's touching the padding, and for most people, it's like the middle of their heel, not the top where it would usually keep you kind of locked down.
Okay.
Um, Now I didn't have any slippage or anything like that. I just felt like it was feeling a little bit shallow, but after 20 minutes, it kind of went away. I kind of stopped thinking about it. I didn't notice it anymore, and I had really no issues with the boot. I think the only like glaring issue, which I think most people are going to run into this, is just the length again. Like they are noticeably a little bit long,
Okay.
and I think ideally I would probably go down half a size for length, but I just could not get away with that with width. So if you do
Okay.
have a narrow foot, like an actual narrow foot, you can
Okay.
probably get away going half a size down. If you
Okay.
don't stick true to size, I didn't notice like them getting in the way because they're too long. Sometimes like a big boot like gets in the way with like passing and
Yeah.
shooting.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
didn't really do that. And other than those few tweaks while trying to break them in a little bit more. They felt great. The touch is really nice. The touch does really mimic leather. It is kind of
Okay,
wild.
I was about to ask you how the tech leather is.
Yeah, the tech leather is great. You could still tell you're wearing a synthetic boot. So like,
Oh,
yes, they're
okay.
fantastic, but it's not like, oh, I'm gonna mistake this for leather. Fantastic. Like if you
Okay.
tried good leather boots and you tried synthetics, like this is still the feel of synthetics, but it's very similar to the Asics silky wrap, honestly. Like that's the
Okay.
first thing I thought is this felt like that, but it does feel ever so slightly better as far as touch goes, in my opinion, so far. So
Okay.
yeah,
Out
that's
of it or silky wrap, which one do you prefer so
I
far?
think I think I'm leaning towards this just based on like how it feels on the ball.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
cool.
think the touch on this is probably going to be like one of the best I've tried in a while for just overall touch on the ball. It's very nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let me see what the chat. What's up, Andrew? Drawed Colby got injured a few weeks ago. He broke his foot. So he's kind of just like on an indefinite hiatus from the podcast. He's just busy with life and his kids. So wish
Mhm.
him nothing but the best, but that's where he's at. Jose says the Maestros are so good. Okay, so Jose speaking positively.
Yeah.
Uh Jesus says he can't play, so he's on Maestro watch. And then Andrew Footloose says, agree, Matt. Performance wise, the extra length didn't get in the way when playing. Okay, so everybody's
Perfect.
speaking highly so far of the Maestro. Now, a few questions I
Great.
have for you.
Hit
You're
me.
weird about soul plates, and you always want an AG. You always
That
want
is
an
true.
AG. Do you want an AG Tiempo? Or are you okay with the FG?
I think I'm okay with this. It didn't feel it didn't feel like an FG plate, if that makes sense. Like it felt
Okay.
very safe on AG. It does feel similar to the Phantom 6.
Okay.
I'll be honest, just when playing, it doesn't feel like it's as aggressive, but we're
Hmm.
talking like if Phantom 6 is here, this is like here. Like
Okay.
it's not too much different. I do like the split sole. I think it has a unique feel to it that we haven't seen in a while from Nike.
Okay. Can you
I'm
hold up the soul
curious.
plate?
Yeah, I'm curious to try an AG just to see what it feels like, but
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think it's necessary. But I've felt that way with honestly almost every Tiempo plate from
Hmm.
the past few years. I just they have the blades at the tip, they have the blades in the heel. I really don't think that changes the overall like feeling of the boot. I really think the most important studs are these two right here, and these are conical. So
Okay.
yeah, but
Okay. Proper Boots wants to know which is closer to leather, the Maestro or the Silky Wrap.
Maestro,
Okay. And then
Maestro.
also, how do you feel about the Tiempo's version of the Cyclone 360?
It's not like that's. I know this looks like it is, but it's really just two toe pick studs. I'll try to zoom in more.
I was
It's
saying
two.
because I think even on the box they calls it a Cyclone.
Yeah, it's two toe pick studs, and then it's this first support stud in the middle that
Okay.
makes it look like that. But it's really like these are really short.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's like nothing, and then you have these two conical studs here, which are the main studs you feel. Not that you get stud pressure, but like those are the main studs. These are kind of like when you're just towing off of the boot that you feel those. So it's better than that. I think that's the main differentiator between this and the Phantom 6, honestly, is the fact that there isn't like that cyclone at the front.
Okay. So based on initial impressions, you're loving them. Would you say you got two options: best boot ever, worst boot of all time? Which category is the Maestro going
Oh,
in?
oh, come on, don't do that to me.
That's it. There's no middle ground.
Um,
We're a podcast of extremes.
if it's between those answers, I'm gonna say best boot ever, but it's not the best
Let's
boot ever.
go. Best boot ever. You heard it here first from Matt on the Bootcast podcast. The Maestro is the best boot ever.
No, if they for the next version of this, if they could just get the length right, I really
Mhm.
think it'll be better. I think a lot of people are gonna be between sizes, and that's gonna kind of deter some people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And with that said, like even like I'm even thinking this now, even though like these are very good and I very much enjoying them, the
Mhm.
Legera honestly might be the way to go. Like
Dude, the Legera
it's
is the way to go.
crazy. I tried that on and I tried this on. I ended up getting these, but in the first 20 minutes when I was dealing with the heel shallowness and dealing with the cramping in the midfoot, like in that first 20 minutes, I was saying to myself, I'm like, fuck, I wish I got the Legera. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not even joking. And I'm like, God damn, because Legera is just so like you put that boot on, it disappears on your foot. It's so
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I'm kind of not now that I have tried these, I'm kind of almost more excited to officially give the Legera a go
Do
down the
you want
line.
a Legera with a tongue, or do you want a Legera with a standard Uthro tongue?
I don't know. I really like the ones without a tongue. Now that I've
Okay.
seen it, I really like that white, black, and red one. I think that looks
Yeah.
fantastic. Because they still have that nostalgic vibe to it
Yeah. Looks like a
without
6.
having the tongue. It looks yeah, and but I will say as we get more colorways with the tongue, I'm curious to see what those look like too. So
Okay.
we'll see. It depends on the
Okay.
colorway. I'll be honest.
Okay. So, Riggs, any plans to try Legera? Yes, I plan to
Yeah,
try the Legera for sure. Matt, I'm sure will as time goes on.
yeah.
Barber Boots wants to know. He said, "Did Mike Nike make the right call on not making a pro level Maestro? Since these and the Legera are different in a lot of ways, would a pro model Maestro make any sense?"
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
say
it
for
would.
me, no.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna say
really don't
no.
think it would because what Nike has been doing, at least for most of their pros, is like they're at least giving it like a similar upper, like same material. If they made a pro level Maestro, I think everyone would just buy that. There'd be
Yeah,
like no reason to get this,
it's kind of
especially
like.
if
Oh, go ahead.
I was especially if they did like the turn and stitch heel like they did on the academy level.
Hmm.
I think people would have been more like it doesn't look as cool. I know that for like people like the way this heel looks, but comfort wise, that would have probably been a better heel. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it always comes down to just like such personal preference. I think the
Hmm.
thing is with the Legend 10, I know that James, our good friend over at the Boot Wizard, has said like, okay, a lot of people say that the Elite Legend 10 and the Pro level Legend 10 are the same, besides the Swiss cheese part. But I
Hmm.
think on paper and to a lot of people, they just went with the Pro and they sacrificed having the stiffer sole plate because they're like, well, on paper, it's
Yeah,
almost all the same materials. So I feel like if they did a Pro level Maestro, that's it. It cannibalize itself.
yeah. I honestly think like obviously Nike did that for the money, but I think it was a good move too because it separates the boots enough with the Legera and the Maestro, where it's like
Hmm.
if you want a traditional feel, get the Legera.
Hmm. There you
If
go.
you want that more modern kind of performance based boot, get the Maestro. And then if you want something a little bit low key, less than that, then you get the Academy level, which uses the Fly Touch Plus from the Tempo 10. So either way, you're getting like a pretty good boot across the board from what I haven't actually tried the Academy level one, but from what I've heard, it's like pretty decent in comparison. So
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah. And then he basically just said that he agrees that the pro would cannibalize, but he was just curious since it seems like a lot of people are either Team Leger or Team Maestro. And while
yeah,
I agree, I always think that the one that you can kind of directly compare it to is Adidas with the Copa outline. Some
yes,
people really like the Pure line, the Pure 3, and then now the Pure 4. And some people really loved the Icon 2. So I think
yeah,
that that's kind of the way to compare it. The Legera is the Icon 2 line, the Myestro is the pure line, and they're just kind of it's like they're both apples, but one's a red delicious and one's a Granny Smith green. So that's kind
yeah.
of just different flavors for different people. I
I,
think that's
I
the best way to
wonder
look at
if
it.
I wonder if Nike took what Addy did last year with the Copa and looked at the sales or at least looked at like the performance of those boots and was like, no one's buying the pro level Copa Pure 3. So why would we come out with a pro
Yeah,
level like Maestro? Um, so yeah, but yeah, that's a great example too because it's essentially like that's the exact same scenario, but now
yeah,
this year with Nike. So
yeah, exactly. Jozopo wants to know what's up with modern boots having length problems. Man, it's just one of those things with it's the last that the brands use
yeah,
for the shape of feet. Sometimes some people on older boots were in between sizes, but with leathers, they kind of stretch. You could get away with
yeah,
it. But with synthetics and knits, it's a lot harder. So, I mean,
hmm
sometimes one generation of a boot will fit you perfectly, the next generation it won't. So it kind of just
yeah.
sucks, but that's
I
the way it
I will
is.
I will say the best comparison fit wise to this boot is probably the GX1. The GX1
Okay.
is literally perfect as far as
So I'll
length
love it.
goes, and even like midfoot width and heel. Like, cause I tried the GX1 in both my true to size an 8 and then a half size down to a 7.5. And it
Mhm.
was like the same scenario where like 7.5 fit good lengthwise, but then my midfoot cramped my foot like significantly in those.
Okay.
And then when I went true to size, it was kind of the opposite. Like it was a little bit longer, but I didn't like notice it as much and it felt more comfortable. So that's what I would go off of. If you've had that boot, just whatever size you felt more comfortable in that boot, just get that in
Okay,
these.
yeah. So I'll definitely go true to size because I love the
Mhm.
GX1 for me fits perfectly.
Well,
Like
there
I
you go.
love everything about that boot. Okay, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna get my new pickup. So I showed it earlier. I
Ooh.
didn't mean to, but I got the Alpha 3. Our good friend Andrew Lockhart over at Lockhart Boot Blog sent these out to me. He did his review. He sent them out to me. I gotta say, okay,
How
it,
hyped are
it
you?
pains me. It pains me.
Oh.
This one right here, the 2, 10 times
Mhm.
better. 10 times better. The 2 is the way to go for me. The 3, man, there's a lot of issues I have with the 3. But just to like quickly run through everything on paper, lack of zero glide. Horrible decision. I think that the suede is nice. It's comfortable. It just doesn't work as well. The main part that you see a lack of zero glide is the insole. It really
Mhm.
needs that. I guess it feels okay, like in the upper on the sides and stuff, but I didn't really notice it. And the knit tongue, I think, was honestly kind of a bad decision. I'm not the biggest U throat tongue fan, but I think it works better on the alpha. So for me, this is a major step backwards. I've worn them 2 days in a row now. Um, yeah, there's not much to. Oh, and then the lack of okay, i- it's so ironic for me of all people to fucking say this, but like normally I don't really give that much shit about lockdown because of how I wear my preds and everything like that. But the not having like the lower lace hole is baffling on these. Like it needs another
Mhm.
lace hole. Like it needs it.
Well,
It it just feels weird.
even on the Alpha 2, even the Alpha 2 and the Alpha 1, I used the lower lace hole even though I didn't need it just
Yeah,
because
I
I
used it
just
too.
with when you have it, like why not? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I mean, I think the soul and the reason I bring this up is because I was talking to Jesus Football the other day. He sent me a message and he said, "Hey, do you think that the sole plate is a little bit thinner or changed on the Alpha 3?" And it's not. I think it's just because the upper is so much softer. Like the upper is nice, it's soft, but because the upper is so much softer and gives so much more give, the sole plate kind of feels like. So I think
It
it's
bends
just kind of
easier.
yeah, or it
Yeah.
feels like in your hand it does because you're not
Oh,
having to
okay.
like put so much tension. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Does
will
that make
say,
sense?
yeah, on my Alpha Neo Limited, whatever the hell they're called now. Even on those with the leather upper, it didn't it felt a little bit more flexible. I know what you mean. It's not because
Mhm.
like on the Alpha 2, it that whole boot is like pure performance. So everything on that feels like directed at responsiveness and push off and all that. So I think when you have that in your head and you put them on, like yeah, you feel the carvo because like okay, I feel the grip knit, I feel the upper, I feel the carvo, like you're ready to go. So
Yeah.
when everything's a little bit softer, you're kind of like in that mindset. Is like okay, the upper softer, the sole plate might feel a little bit softer, you know. So I can understand where you're coming from there.
Yeah, and I'll say too, the toe box still has a bit like higher volume. I don't know if it's the exact same as the Alpha 2. I'm trying to
Looks
like
pretty
get this,
similar.
but without the zero glide, like I definitely feel like I notice it a bit more. Like my foot kind
Mhm.
of moves around. And back to what you're saying too with the sole plate was I was talking to Ben, and I have a video recorded. I just need to finish editing it. But when he was working on the Ghosted and Speedflow, he was saying that with the Ghosted, it had the what was that technology called? Carbitex.
Carbitex, yeah.
Carbitex in the outsole, and he was saying that everybody complained that the Ghosted was way too stiff. It was way too stiff, yada yada yada. And he said then they went to the Speedflow upper, and nobody complained about the Carbitex being too stiff anymore because it worked perfectly with the upper. And I think to what you're saying, I just don't think that this sole plate and the Carvo works with this specific upper. I think the
Mm.
upper is just too soft to really work with the design more. Like again, somebody said it in the comments and the chat that it just feels like they went too safe, and I agree. Like they swung for the fences here, and
Yeah.
they might have overswung. This one they like what's it called? Where you like take the bat and like barely dink it in baseball.
They
Yeah,
bunted it.
they bunted it. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
this boot is. It's just a bunt. If somebody asked me like what's the closest feeling to it, I know not everybody agrees, and some people have said this. To me, it does remind me of the Vapor 13 in a lot of ways, but even less responsive than the Vapor 13. Like I just feel like this upper has
Ooh.
too much give.
Do you
Yeah.
okay? Do you think doing zero glide in the insole and the heel would have solved the issues?
I think Zero Glide and just the insole would have solved a lot of the issues. So I'm gonna switch
Yeah,
out. I have extra Zero Glide insoles, and if I need some more, I'll get some. But I'm gonna try that next. I'm trying to do incremental changes. I wanted to get a good feel for the boot, like just in its raw form.
yeah, yeah. Of course, of
And then
course.
now I'm gonna change to the Zero Glide insoles and see if that helps any. But
I'm very
I
curious to
don't
see what
know.
you think with the
Yeah.
insole. Because I agree with the change in the heel. Not that it was necessary, but I understand it because they did the same thing on the Morelia 2 with the new suede heel. And I think overall, like a suede heel is just more comfortable, period. Like I think,
Mm-hmm.
it makes sense. Like that I wasn't upset with. But then to hear that they didn't do grip knit or not grip knit, Jesus. Um
Zero Glide.
the zero glide on the insole, like that was crazy because that was like the start of zero glide on the
Yeah.
Alpha One. It was like the insole and then under the tongue, I think, and
Yes.
then the heel.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was
Yeah,
the insole and the tongue
insole, tongue, and heel.
and the heel. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so to hear that they backtracked on that was kind of wild because that was like the whole point. Like that,
Yeah.
I remember when I got the Alpha One, I was like, holy shit, like
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
But I also like I get why people are complaining about why they switched the heel up too, because I didn't have any issues with that. Arguably one of the best heels I've tried on a boot.
Agreed. Agreed.
So
Agreed.
I don't know why they decided to completely switch it. Like if they would have kept I think that same design, but the same exact heel from the one and two, do you think that also changes the performance? Do you think that makes it better? Or
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
okay,
I think
okay,
it's just too like when you have something where you're like, okay, this isn't working, so we need to change this. And instead of just doing like what Noah used to call the Mizunification, where it just
yeah,
like a small tweak here, small tweak there. I think they did a few small tweaks and it's changed everything.
yeah.
So
I think
that's just my big complaint.
I think I agree with you. I think just changing the upper alone is a big enough swing
Yeah.
where they could have just that like just changed that,
Yeah. I
kept
think
everything else the same.
well, they put the Zero Glide like on the inside, like here and here. And I think
Hmm.
that's where they could have probably honestly eliminated Zero Glide and then just had it on the insole, the heel,
Yeah.
and I think they would have honestly
Does
been
it
okay.
go all the way through the toe box like the twos did,
Let me
or
see.
does it stop at a certain point?
No, it goes all the way through the toe box.
Okay, well that's a little better.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. That was the new like when I was thinking of how the Alpha One felt and then how the Alpha Two felt. Like, that was the big differentiator between the one and two for me. Like obviously the fit was a little bit changed, but for me I was like I noticed that when I cut, like my foot didn't move at all, like because of that extra zero glide. So I think that was the thing I liked the most about the Alpha Two. So I'm glad that that stayed.
Okay, yeah. Riggs wants to know, is there any grip at all on the insole? If he's wondering if it's a more tame version of the Infogrip from New Balance. No, there's no grip at all. So like this is the Zero Glide. It's super grippy. And then this is I think it's called the Energy. It's just like a
Yeah.
standard material.
Is it
Like
is it even suede or is it like just
no.
a standard mesh
It's just like
insole?
yeah, standard mesh insole. It's a different foam. So it's
Yeah,
definitely like way, I think,
thicker.
thicker. Yeah, especially like you can see that.
See, why would they go to mesh? Every single insole from Mizuno has been
I don't know, man.
suede
It's
until Zero
like we
Glide,
said,
so that's crazy.
Yeah, see, Andrew Palmer says Zero Glide wasn't the issue. It never was. I agree.
Yeah,
Zero
I
Glide was not
agree.
the problem. So
I
again,
agree.
Alpha 3 watch is still undergoing. I've had 2 pretty long sessions in it, but as of now, it's not looking too hot. It's not a total it's going to go under worst boot ever just based on my categories, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So we'll keep going. We'll keep watching. I'll keep updating you guys as the days go on. But so far, it's not looking too promising for the 3. I will say, if you can get a 2 for cheap, I still recommend the 2 way more than the 3. So
You heard it
yeah,
here first.
you heard it here first. That's
Yes,
not
you did.
surprising, probably to anybody that white. I want the 2 and the 3. All right, Matt,
Fair.
you have something that you want to discuss with me, but you wanted my live reaction.
I do want your
So,
live reaction.
what did you want to talk about this evening?
Well, I've been hiding something from you. That's what I wanted to talk about. I have been hiding a secret pickup that I
Oh
usually
man.
break, and I tell you that I picked up something.
Yes, you do.
I usually tell you, but this time I've held back, and it's taken a while for this boot to get here. So I want to get your live reaction on
Okay.
this secret boot that I have purchased
I
without
hope this is
telling.
actually something good. It's not gonna be like some dinky boot that I'm like, why did you buy that?
It's actually interesting. You can't get
Okay,
this
tell
boot.
me the story behind this.
Okay, so it's not a crazy story, but I woke up one morning and this site had a huge sale, and this is a boot that you can't usually get retail,
Okay.
and it was significantly marked down, and it was like
Okay.
4 in the morning, and I was barely awake,
Okay.
and I thought I was dreaming when I bought it, and then the next morning I woke up to the confirmation. So I got this boot, and
Okay.
it was pretty great.
Okay.
Um, do you have any guesses?
Is it a current boot?
Current model, yes,
Okay, so current model boot that you can't normally get and you found it cheaper,
significantly cheaper.
significantly cheaper.
I will say
I don't
someone
have
we know also has this boot.
Oh god. I have nothing on. I'm trying to think of something that you would want. Oh, is it the No, it's not the Unisport. Is it the Unisport F50?
No,
Okay.
that's a good
I got
guess.
I got nothing. You're building this up. Oh god. Oh, you got the different sole plate.
Yes,
You got it with the
I
Magnetico sole.
finally found
Oh
a pair
god.
of shadows with the Magnetico sole plate.
Andrew freaking Footloose has like the most raging hard on right now.
Yeah, no, he's in the chat. I love
Where'd
it.
you
I
find
love it.
these at? On eBay?
Sports Direct.
Oh, cool.
Sports Direct, dude, $90 on Sports Direct.
Okay, that's about what I paid for my camo ones.
Yeah. I did have to pay tariffs, but it was like 15, $20.
Okay.
But not bad. Not bad. All in like 110.
What size
Tops,
did you go with? 8?
size 8. Size 8. And I have a very, very hot take about these boots just from trying them on.
Tell me the hot because you hated the Pitch Viper, but that's the only one
I
you've worn.
hated the Pitch Viper. I did try the standard ones when I was helping Under Armour do the little foot modeling that I did.
Oh yes, correct.
But they were not in my actual size.
Yeah, they're too big.
They were like a half size to a size too big. Um,
Okay.
Now that I have these in my actual size with this new sole plate,
Yes.
it's a crazy thing to say. If this came out at retail last year with this sole plate, like if this was the actual version of the boot at retail, one of the top 5 boots of 2025.
Wow. That's a shout.
Yeah. No, I had zero expectations for this, but I knew I liked this sole plate because I've tried the Magnetico before.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, it's like something about that boot, which I now know was mostly the upper and the heel of that boot. It's just not great. But on this upper, this gives like Magista Obra 1 mixed with the Superfly 5 or
5?
Superfly
That's the rib
5.
one.
Yeah, Superfly 5. Like that's what this feels like on feet.
Okay.
And it's wild. This sole plate makes it so much better. This is like
Did
a
it narrow it
fantastic
in?
sole plate. I think it changes the shape like a little bit. If anything, it makes it fit better.
Okay.
I think, but I don't have another
Okay.
one next to me to compare with. Yeah, it's crazy. Like they're not the lightest things ever because this sole plate is not like a super light sole plate.
Yeah, it's beefy.
It's a little beefy. It has a little bit of extra structure, as you can see. It's like extra materials in the midfoot, but it's not like heavy. I'd say probably like 7.5 ounces.
Okay.
But yeah, I was like actually very surprised. Like I put these on and I was like super pumped, obviously, about these to finally give these a go.
Yeah.
And then when these came, I put these on. I was like, I think I'm kind of more excited to wear these. Like,
Okay. Did you take them with you to wear it all today, or did you just take the
no,
samples?
I wanted them to be crispy fresh.
Okay.
For the pod, so I have
Very
not worn them. And
nice.
I wanted to give a lot of attention to Maestro, so I didn't
Yeah,
want
that's
to
fair.
cut it short and swap a new pair of boots in. But yeah, very pumped to give these a go. Also, dude, I kind of just love this colorway, which is crazy because if you've listened to any of the
Yeah.
podcasts before, this is like not usually a colorway I would
I
like.
was gonna say it's same for me. Like I don't normally, but something about it, and maybe it's just the way that they work with how the upper looks. I like that
Yeah,
colorway too. Honestly,
and
the magnetic or not the Magnetico. I'm sorry, the Shadow 3 hasn't really had a bad colorway. I didn't love the launch one, the
that's
pink
true.
and the black, but it's
Yeah,
not bad. But overall, I'm trying to think if they had a bad one. Even the orange ones aren't that bad. Yeah,
all of them have been at least good. I think at least
yeah,
good.
at least good. Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, I'm like really excited about these. Like it's crazy
that's
that they're
great.
only $90,
That's
and
great.
yeah,
It's something different,
yeah,
something
something different.
something
And
enjoyable.
then they were coming in, they were taking a while. I'm like, you know what? Even if I don't like these, I know Andrew's just gonna buy them off me. So I was like, there's no risk. There's no
He's like,
risk.
"Joke's on you, I already have 3 pairs."
Probably does. He probably does. But yeah, I'm actually super pumped. Andrew's probably loving every second of this conversation. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I've gotta send you, like, a ton of boots, so I'll add my regular Shadow so you can, like, directly compare.
Okay. Okay. And it's just in time for the new one to come out in a few weeks or whenever the hell that's gonna be.
I would say,
But
yeah, I think the 4 is probably on its way.
yeah, it's pretty soon, I think.
I also know that we will never get our hands on them, but I really just to even just try or see and feel it, I was looking
Uh-huh.
at the Hakimi red ones for was it
Oh,
AFCON?
the AFCON, yeah.
And his boots are, like, way different.
Oh,
I
dude,
would
his they're not
love
even
to see
shadows.
his. No, they're
They're
not at
not even
all.
shadows.
They're not, but I would love to see, like, what he gets done and what they do for him because that boot looks remarkable.
All right, what's the chat looking like?
Everybody's saying, like, great colorway, upper, Andrew, everybody's happy, they were excited. Proper boot said Justin, that love tattoo goes hard. How am I just seeing that? Oh, thanks, man. It's from a poster I have in my garage. It's like right here. So I
Nice.
appreciate that. But yeah, Andrew said I think those things are probably like bricks though because of the sole plate. He said that the Magnetico heel was like super unforgiving. That was the last thing I saw he said.
See, I like this sole plate. I actually I ended up Under Armour gave me the last generation of both these boots for free. So
Yeah.
I actually tried Magnetico. I would never have bought it if I didn't get them for free. Trust me. But I actually tried the Magnetico, and I wore it for a few training sessions with my team, and like I really liked that sole plate. It's just like that heel I just couldn't get past.
See, for
It was
me,
like super stiff.
when I tried the Magnetico on, I found a pair at Ross. The toe
Mhm.
box was so fucking narrow. It
It's
hurt
very
my.
narrow.
It was the Magnetico
Yeah.
3. So granted, it was a few
Yeah.
generations old, but yeah, I was like, I'd have to go up half of the size in these, which I know was something that Josh said. A couple other people said. Oh, Riggs wants to know what's your association with Under Armour.
Oh, it's a great question. I know a few people. I live in Baltimore, so the headquarters is like right across the harbor from me, and I know a bunch of people that used to work for Under Armour that still work for Under Armour. And one of my good friends was one of the previous photographers for them, so he would always ask me to come help them with photo shoots because he was in charge of like boots and players and all that stuff. So I just got to come and get a little bit of time with them, help with the photo shoots, get some free stuff. It was
Hell yeah.
nice, and I have a few buddies that helped me out there. So, yeah, that's it. But I did get to talk to their I forget the guy's name. I think it was like their head marketing director for like football or for soccer, and he's a great guy. I knew about what was it? Which signing? The one Barcelona player, Torres.
Ferran Torres.
Ferran Torres. I knew they signed him before they actually like put it out, and I knew for like a month. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, I know. Like he's wearing blackout boots, and everyone's like, where's he going? I'm like, oh, I fucking know.
Like
But yeah, that
I
was cool.
know.
Yeah.
No, that's dope. So yeah, there you go. All right, chat. Do you have anything that you want to ask before me and Matt get out of here? We did a nice 40-minute episode. We like to kind of keep it around that. So if anybody has any dying questions that they want to ask, now
Hit
is
us
the
with them.
time.
Come on.
Anything interesting, we can grab boots too if we need to. Oh, also, I just want to update this because it's on my mind because I'm thinking about boots. Clippy has been updating everybody on the Pred 26. And if you hear the despair in his voice as he's talking about them, that's exactly how I feel. Like every time
Yeah,
I look at them, I'm like, why the fuck did I buy these? What a waste of money. What an
that's
app.
why
Like I take these. Everything
yeah,
I was just shitting on this boot, I take this over the 26 any day.
I told you to return them after that first wear. That's what I did. I was like, nope. I said no.
Okay, probably wants to know what's my opposition to Mizuno leather boots. I feel like I've never seen you in a pair. Am I tripping? No, I've had leather boots from Mizuno before. I actually got some from Andrew. I had the
He's a hater.
Morelia Neo 3. Um, no, it's not that I'm a hater. It's just like now we have access, but for the money that they cost, I would have rather have just gotten something local at the time. And
Mhm.
also the only boot that's leather that I want from Mizuno right now is the Wave Ignitus 4 because it's a traditional style boot and that's what I want. So that's why, Hunter. It's just mainly because I don't want to spend the money on them. I'll be honest. Like there's other things that attract me more than the Mizuno leather
Mhm.
boots. And then he said, would I consider trying the Predator Pro? I would. I kind of have told Matt that I want to get the
Mm,
Predator Pro Turf. I always like to get a couple of turf models and have
yeah.
one, and it's the same upper. I felt the turf in hand at a local soccer store, and they definitely are softer. But from just feeling them in my hands and everything, I don't know if they were soft enough that I was like, "Oh my god, this is
It's
worlds
not a
different
big
than the
difference.
elites."
It's not a
Yeah.
big difference. It might just fit better for some people. The biggest difference with the Pro is the heel. The heel is miles better.
See, I
If
don't have an
and
issue with the heel and
I
the
don't
regular
have an
heel.
issue with the regular heel either, but if you do, no questions asked, just get the Pro. And also, like the Pro goes on sale for like 120 bucks or less.
Yeah.
Just get that because it's like 99% the same experience. And if you have issues with the heel of the Elite, it's even better than probably the experience you're going to get with the Elite. So
I would
that's my
also
take.
say that if you are tempted to get a Predator 26 right now and you don't know to get whether the Elite or the Pro, just go to Pro Direct and buy the Gunmetal Mania because it's available in every size on Pro
The
Direct.
yeah, if you need your Pred 26 kind of like feeling,
Yeah.
um, yeah, that boot with the sole plate is better than any generation of the Pred 26 will be, or
Yeah.
any version of the Pred
Exactly.
26.
Miles wants to know if you would pick the Phantom 6 over the Maestro.
No, Maestro.
Wow.
Maestro's better.
Okay. There you go.
It's close. It's close. Don't get me wrong, but I just prefer the feeling of like a leather boot better than like a knitted boot. So that's where I lean. But the Phantom 6 is probably one of the better knitted boots right now. So
Yeah.
grain of salt kind of thing.
Okay. If you had to rank them, so are you going to go Tiempo, Phantom 6, Merc?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No questions. Yeah.
Okay. I got to try the Tiempo. I still need to try it.
You do.
Uh, Proper wants to know would you rather have a new Wave Ignitus or a new T90 any day of the week?
T90. Yeah. What the?
T90
Yeah.
easy.
Give us a T90 with oh what's the Kangalite? If you do a T90 with Kangalite right now,
Dude, imagine a T90 with that tech leather.
I think it'd be too like not it wouldn't feel like a T90. You know what I mean? Like a
You don't
T90
think so?
needs
Because some
it needs
T90s
some
have leather.
oomph to it. That's true.
I'm just saying.
Dude, if they did like yeah, one of the leather versions, but with
Yeah,
tech leather, that would be something.
that's what I'm saying. See, you
That
never
would be
know.
something.
It's
Okay,
time to bring back the Elite series.
we missed a question from Footloose.
What's that?
What World Cup 26 boot are you most excited for?
Oh, okay. And then Riggs said the same. I was going to ask for way too early World Cup predictions.
Oh, World Cup
Okay,
predictions.
so
We could put those
let's
into
see.
one question, yeah.
Yeah.
What are the ones we know about
Okay,
first?
so what do we know? We know a new Merc is coming, which
Yep.
is
Super
I'm sorry, like I know that not everybody's a Merc person. It's always exciting. I think the Merc series
new
is
Merc is
always
exciting.
exciting.
The
The
Merc never fits my
splits.
foot, but I'm always
Oh,
excited
see.
for it.
Okay, yeah, and the split between from what we've heard through the grapevine, the split that they're doing a different Vapor to Superfly is
So much
massively
better.
exciting. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm excited for those. What else gets new? We'll probably get a new F50. I think it's time for a new
Yeah,
F50.
we saw Messi in whatever the hell those were. Do you want to
Yeah.
talk more about that since we have now seen it on Messi and it had the Adidas stripes? So I feel like it's not like a leak. It's
I was gonna say the one I saw on Messi I heard was just a F50.6 remake. or I'm sorry, not 0.6, 0.7 remake.
See, some people said that. Some people are saying it's like a leak of the upcoming F50. I personally think that at least this is what I want them to do, but I don't know if this is
Mhm.
true or not. I think they're going away with laceless. I think Sub made a video about this. I think they're going to go away with laceless, and then this is going to be their like top end laceless boot moving forward. So it'll be like the Pred with the tongue. You have the F50 with the lace cover, and then
Oh.
I think that's how they're going to do it moving forward. And then we'll have the
See, I just
standard
think this
F50.
this is the new gen Messi boot.
Yeah, but this also could be the new Gen Messi boot.
Yeah, because his
So
current
there's a
one is
lot of predictions out there. Either way, these are I said it in the chat too, but this is a boot that like I love, but I also hate when I first look at it. Like it looks
Mhm.
like chunky, but it also
Yes.
looks cool as fuck. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how to feel yet.
I always feel like the boot is ugly, but I feel like all the colorways make it look awesome.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's like the best way. Like the way they did the stripes and everything
Hmm.
on the, especially on that 0.7 era. Um, but yeah, so okay, that's exciting. So we'll say the newish F50.
The new speed boots
Uh,
from the big two. Yeah. I think
yeah.
that's
Who we'll have a new Under Armour boot. We might have two Under Armour boots.
yep.
I don't think we'll have anything new from New Balance yet.
No.
Uh,
Um
so Keto may have some updates. The way that what Jake was kind of wording it is like something's on the horizon for Sokito, and he always does his little teases
mhm.
in his fucking Instagram photos. So whatever Sokito's doing, I'm sure will be exciting because you love the Scudetta, I love the Scudetta.
Absolutely love the Scudetto.
Um,
Yep.
we'll probably get. Oh, Riggs just said it. We'll probably get a new Skechers Razor. Massively exciting.
Yes. Oh, that
That'll
is
be exciting
exciting.
because I
I'm
love the
actually really
XTX
excited for
too.
that. I'll be honest. Like you guys have known since the few pods before. I wasn't the biggest fan of the SKX2.
Yeah,
Not that it's a bad boot. I still think it's a good boot. It's just not like
for you.
my cup of tea. Not for me. But I am very excited just based on how they updated the SKX2. I'm very excited to see what they do with the Razor now because that's just more I think my cup of tea. I really hope they keep that upper and just like tweak it
Hmm.
because that's kind of what I gravitate towards. So if they do change, I'll be a little bit disappointed, but we'll see. I'm excited.
Okay, and then everybody's talking about Puma. I'm sure Puma will have all three new boots. I don't even know why you guys are pretending in the chat.
We might get two new
They're
generations between
saying
now
that
and
the
the World
Ultra
Cup.
might get a laceless because somebody had a laceless Ultra in
Oh, that
training. I
was
saw a
did
leaked
see that.
photo.
I did see that.
Um,
I
I, I'm I'm just gonna say I don't know with Puma because do you remember when Sub and LJ did those like weird concept Puma boots from like months ago, and then that
yeah,
led
yeah,
to
yeah.
the Nitro that came out. So
Yep.
I mean Puma needs to just kind of figure out their own thing, but I'm sure they'll have all three lines. We'll have a new one
Yeah, I at this point I don't think anything Puma does is gonna surprise me. Like I'm just be like,
in the
that's a
worst way
Puma thing.
possible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like there's Puma. It's like doing whatever everyone else doesn't want. Again,
exactly. Yeah.
it's wild.
But cool. Yeah. So I think that's all kind of the main brands. Mizuno just came out the Alpha. Asics probably won't get
Yeah.
anything new. So yeah, I
I'm
think I
curious.
think for me out of everything, I'm gonna say the Merc is gonna be the
I
most
think the
exciting
Merc's the
for me
most
personally.
exciting. Yeah, that and then for me, probably the F50. The Merc and the F50 are the two biggest ones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to see what limited boots we get for the World Cup because I'm
Yes.
sure we're gonna get some limited boots.
And who?
Um, do we get the first leather Pred? Do we get another leather F50 or
Oh
Spider
yeah.
remake or something? Um, yeah, who is going to get the first limited editions? I'm very curious who's going into the World Cup with some limited boots.
A leather. I will try. I won't lie. I probably will try a leather 26. If
I'll
we get a
I'll
leather
try a leather
26, I'll
26.
try a leather 26. But if we get it, it'll probably come out before the World Cup, just like the
Yeah,
Rotero did before the Euros.
true. Yeah.
Came out like a couple
I
weeks
am
before.
curious about leather 26. I'm not gonna lie. Usually I would just pull the trigger, but I will be waiting on that J Mike review before pulling the trigger on the 26. But
Oh, okay. Rig said that we could get a new plus version of the Fear on V8 and the Tequila V5.
oh, it's been about 6 months. You're right. You
Hunter
are
says that we should
correct.
have a new Morelia 3. Dude, I don't know if the Morelia 2 is ever gonna actually get a
Are
new
we
name
going to get
because the
Morelia
2
3?
became like a 2.5.
I would
You know,
say
they
they
just
did. Yeah.
so I think that we need a new Neo more than we need a new regular
I think
Morelia.
the Neo's up. Yeah. I think it's been
Yeah.
like 2.5 years almost
Yeah,
with
I
the
think
Neo.
it's time for Neo 5.
I'd be pumped for a Neo 5. I love the Neo series. You guys all know that.
Would you wanna see
So
another innovation pack where they did like the switch
fuck
souls
yeah.
again? Of
Give
course.
me some innovation. Dude, if they did another innovation pack, but they did the innovation pack on the non-beta version,
Uh-huh.
take my money.
Okay.
Take my money. Because I think my next Neo is gonna be a non-beta. I'm gonna switch to the
You
non-beta.
don't wanna be a beta
That
anymore?
no, I'm being non-beta. I'm getting too old to be a beta.
There you go. I like
Um
to hear that.
no, but that I felt the non-beta in hand for the first time a few months ago, and that like synthetic in the heel is wild. It's wildly more comfortable
Yeah.
to the point where I'm like, I don't know why I've been wearing the beta this whole time, you know?
I agree. All right, Matt. If
Yeah.
people want to see your innovation pack, where can they find you to look at it?
You can find me at Burns_boots on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You might see some new content coming very soon. Just a hint. Um, Justin, where can they find you?
They can find me at Texas Cleat Collector on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I've got a super, super long interview. I say super long, it's like an hour. Coming out with Ben, our good friend Ben, over that used to
Let's
work with Adidas
go.
that now works at Nuino. So that should be coming. I've just got to finish editing it and doing an outro. And yeah, that's it. I probably will make something on the Alpha 3 soon too. So we'll get that going. You can find us at Bootcast Pod. You can go buy Colby's shirt at the Wash Bros. Go down in the links too. I will link Matt's WeFoot grip sock so you can get a discount with him. If you want to try WeFoot, I will link my Havo discount if you want to try Havo grip socks. And go down in the comments and let us know what boots are you looking forward to this World Cup? What colorways do you want to see? Did you see Vinny's disastrous semi-launch of his boots? And while you're there, hit like, subscribe, do all that stuff that I tell you guys to do every week that I barely remember to say. And until next week, guys, peace.
Peace.